The wheels are wobbly for Georgia right now.
Welcome, friends. And now we are in the off season of football. All schools are doing everything possible to be good. Well, whatever they're doing now, they better be doing it right, because this is the time that teams are formed. So how can a coach get on the hot seat this time of year? Well, you really can't. But which coaches are going to be on the hot seat once they start playing football? That's going to be the question. And we have a list of potential candidates for the coaching hot seat. You know what that is? That's when the coach might get fired. Hot, fire. Get it? Hot seat. Coaches that get on the hot seat are sometimes hard to get off, because you have to win or whatever it is. Well, what gets you on the hot seat is not meeting expectations. So a lot of times the hot seat depends on where the coach is. Take Alabama, for example. That coach is on the hot seat, believe it or not. I'll show you his record in a bit. It's not that bad. It's a lot worse than it was. He hasn't met expectations at Alabama. Kevin DeBoer is on the hot seat.
Well, hunt with a purpose. That's the biggest thing, is we want to go out and play aggressive. They're coming to our house. We want it to be crazy today. We want them to affect the game. And our guys know our best game's ahead of us. So we're hoping it's this one.
There are a couple other coaches we want to talk about who probably should be on the hot seat, but they won't be because they're unfireable. And we'll talk about those coaches as well. Think about that. They can't fire you. Doesn't matter how many wins you get. But these coaches have gotten enough wins to stay out of trouble, but one of them did not last year. Dabo Swinney, hot seat, 7-5 last year. Can he do that again? I mean, come on. You're Dabo Swinney. You're riding on being a top coach, championship. That's what you are. It was your identity. That's why you're still the coach. You're not sniffing another title, and everybody knows it. They can't fire you. You've got too big a deal. They made sure you couldn't get poached when you were invincible, or invincible. Invincible. Oh, yeah, he was invincible, but not invincible. I guess grammatics do have something to do with it. But Dabo Swinney can't be fired. There's another coach that can't be fired. You know who that is. Kirby Smart. He can't get fired. He could do anything. I guess he could break federal laws. His players break civic laws all the time. His players break laws all the time. I mean, it'd take a lot to get Kirby Smart fired. 7-5 would do the trick? Nah. He could probably go to 7-5 for a decade before they would make a change. Those kind of things, some schools get locked in because they want to be thought of as a blue blood and have a dynasty coach that they don't see what they're really getting, and that's Alabama. Kevin DeBoer has not met expectations for a dynasty coach. He's dropped them down a whole notch. Instead of a bad year's 11-2 and you got beat in the semifinal, to 9-4 and made a playoff, or did you? So how often does Alabama have to make the playoffs? Well, they need to make it most of the time, to be honest with you. Same at Georgia. How many years could Georgia skate by missing the playoffs before somebody would say, hey, what's going on here? I mean, they get locked in. Norvell out at Florida State, he can't be fired because they can't afford his buyout. It can be that way, too. They can't afford to fire you. And then with Kirby Smart and Dabo, they just literally can't. No matter hope you win, they have no leverage on those two coaches.
For you to be able to say, we're the champions of the Southeastern Conference. That means something. Now, you might be the champion of some of these other conferences, and people are like, yes, and.
That must when he can stay at Clemson as long as he wants to. They could probably make it not as much fun, but he can stay till he decides he's had enough. Sometimes you get the feeling that these institutions do have some leverage on a coach like that, and eventually they do leave. But Bobby Bowden stands as a testament to those who did not. He was eating out of the nursing home, eating green jello, and still was the coach. IVs strapped to him, they wheel him out, but he was still the coach. And they're still paying for that. So any team that has a coach that needs to be fired, they should fire him and get a better coach, because somebody that has a good coach, has a good team, has a good program, has a lot of money, and has a little luck is going to probably win that title before you do.